earlier today, I was going through my website, because every so often I have to. Clean, delete the cache and all the usual stuff. And I have a piece of software on there called WordFence, and it's what's used to block unscrupulous people and bots and stuff like that, yeah, off the website, so they can't get in there and start attacking stuff, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. Well, I was thinking about this, because then I was thinking about Cambridge Analytica, who were promoting Facebook ads unscrupulously because certain people decided to use Cambridge Analytica's platforms to, propaganda and what have you via Facebook for the Brexit campaign. Terrible people. Absolutely terrible people. Well, they got caught out, they did, in a Channel 4 investigation. Well, they had secret cameras in the bag and stuff, and videoing them and doing all the shit. Anyway, they got caught out. Effectively using bot farms and stuff, you see, as well. Why the hell don't we have bot farms on the left? If it's okay for the right to be using automated methods to produce AI political videos, why the hell don't we do it on the left? You've got to play them at fight them at their own game, You really have. Because you're not going to win otherwise. Not when they can produce... I'll get back in the workshop in a minute, I'll put it in a minute. You're not going to... Oh, hang on, I can't do that there. I won't forget it then. You're not going to beat these people unless you play them at their own game. You really aren't. You've got to start using the same tactics, but still replacing, using lies, replace it with truth. And hammer it with it. The consequences, hard-hitting stuff, real consequences. Like the consequences of having measles parties like Marjorie Taylor Greene suggests. The consequences of doing a Yahtzee salute. Like Elon Musk's. That's detrimented him. Expose it. Keep repeating it. Spread it. The whole thing about owning a Tesla is not a great idea these days. Get your car torched or, how to be hated. Own a Tesla. It's that kind of stuff, We just need to keep pushing it out there. Hammer it. And individuals like myself and what have you who do this sort of stuff and do a bit of trolling. Well, then we are small fry. There ain't enough of us. We need an absolute army of them. And we need people who can actually write the programming to be able to chuck this stuff out so it becomes viral. Because we need to beat them at their own game. And I know some people are going to say, you can't do that. We've got to be on the side of this, that and the other, Got to be decent, and these people don't. No, it's not going to work. Now, Keir Starmer's Labour government last year was criticised for some political ads they put out there regarding Rishi Sunak and various others in the government, and they got criticised for them. For me, I thought, do it. Quite frankly, because you're not going to beat them. Okay, they did beat them in the end, but they're failing miserably now. They need to play them at their own game. That's how I feel now. We've tried all the other stuff, and all we keep getting is more and more right-wing bullshit. We need to obliterate them. Absolutely obliterate them. They need to be put on the run. Back under their little stones, like they were before. Because it was people like Donald Trump and Nigel Farage has brought these people out from underneath their little stones. See, boring people never get the message across very well. Keir Starmer, he struggles to get the message across, although he did do extremely well regarding Ukraine and special envoys and stuff like that. He seems quite strong with that sort of stuff. So he's been very diplomatic. But if they wanted to attack him, they could have done. They could have put him in an extremely difficult position, and they tried when Donald Trump was going on about you need us for you better fight Russia on your own and stuff like that in front of the cameras. You're saying this stuff. he kind of backed down a bit, whereas on Zelensky, they sort of went full on, and so did, VP Dummer. He went full on, didn't he, attacking Volodymyr Zelensky. And it was an attack, it was an ambush. It really was. Whatever people say, it definitely was. We've got to play them at the same game. We've got to make them uncomfortable. We have got to be a lot cleverer. We need to get the videos out there. We need hard-hitting, very simple videos in the form of maybe AI, because you can produce them just by putting a few words in, and they are knock it out. It needs a bit of support and a bit of funding for that, because it's not all free, you see. But it brings me back to the days when I used to have a radio station, and we used to put out promotions for our radio station as an unsigned radio station, and the idea was that we were promoting to bands, unsigned bands, and we've had various bands on our radio station, like Shouting for Girls and stuff like that, the station they played on, Leona Lewis and various others, that played on. We had Love Gods and that on there. They weren't the first. They used to be signed by Iron Records, but they got chucked out because they were a bit abusive. But anyway, brilliant musicians and stuff there, and singers, fantastic. I quite get bring back memories there. That's funny. But anyway, we used to collect emails. I've mentioned this before. Literally using software to collect emails. Then using other software like Mail Bomber and Spam Monkey and stuff like that. For Spam Monkey. Anyway, to chuck them out. Now, I wrote a little bit of software for collecting these emails. Can't do it anymore, you see, because obviously spam laws and shit like that. You need to obviously have permission to use people's emails like that. But at the time, there was no spam laws. There were rules regarding the internet providers, but there were no spam laws at the time. But we just started hammering it, literally. We were putting out tens of thousands of emails every single day. Probably 50 to 100,000 emails a day were going out. To email addresses within Barclays and banks and insurance companies, knowing full well that the people in these unsigned bands were the ones who, were working in these places, boring shit daytime jobs, and get their respite by, being in a band. Their escape, if you know what I mean. So there are ways of doing it. I'm not saying you can't do it that way anymore, because obviously it's illegal. But it took gumption to do this stuff, and that's what we need. We need a bit of gumption to go out there and actually start playing them at their own game. Otherwise, we are just going to be... Are we just waiting? The Democrats seem to be just waiting. Just waiting for these people to cock up, to make people's lives so bad that they will vote the other way. Well, sometimes people need to be reminded on a constant basis. It's kind of what they did. Tell people everything's so bad because of the Democrats. Well, we need to do the opposite. We need to tell the people that it is the Republicans causing this trouble. And the reason why you're poor is because of the Republicans. The reason you've got no health care is because of the Republicans. And keep doing it. Maybe keep pushing the narratives of Bernie Sanders. Oligarchies and kleptocracies. Why the hell didn't you vote for Bernie Sanders? That I will never understand. Why would you vote against your right to have health care for all? I will never understand that. Oh, it's socialism. Oh, for Christ's sake. The fact that your traffic lights might work so you don't fall, get knocked over in the street. Is that socialism? Is it too woke? I don't know. It's all fake and socialism. Different extremes of. You don't have to embrace it full on. You don't go full on Marxism, do you? No. Currently got what they say is a centre-left government in the UK. We have the NHS in the United Kingdom. What is that? Socialism? Then you've got hybrid systems of healthcare, like in France, where 2/3 are paid by the state and you have to have a top-up insurance for the rest. Is that socialism? Well, it's France, I suppose it is really. Although it's not really socialism, it's a hybrid. In France, the economic system is a hybrid system. It's a sort of a socialist, capitalist hybrid. Anyway, what do you say? Do you think we need to step up and play them at their own game? Or do you think we should just stay in the shadows and wait, like the Democrats seem to be doing? Unless you're Jasmine Crockett, of course, or Bernie Sanders and people like that. Oh, and AOC. Do you know what? Jasmine Crockett and AOC. Oh, I love those two women. I think they are amazing. I love it when they grab them by the feckin' balls and make them look that bloody small. They do. Anyway, please be the online button, maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, because then you get a warm, fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And check out our other videos on the channel, and please share our videos. Maybe I'll get noticed then. Anyway, toodaloo, and have a lovely day.